Hi there, Victor is here. I'd like to review today this sketchbook made by Fabriano. It has 100% cotton paper, cold pressed, 300 GSM. It is suitable for watercolor. It contains 12 sheets of paper. Also, I'd like to make a sketchbook flip through this. I started this sketchbook in June 2020. Here I sketched a view near my home with watercolor. The paper is a bit yellowish compared to other papers. For example, SMLT art. This is also 100% cotton. It's more white, or compared to Arches cotton paper, which is more yellowish, and Daler and Rowney, which is also a bit yellowish. So I think this paper is suitable for a wet technique. Here, after watercolor sketch, I added a bit of accents of pastel here. It's very suitable because the paper has a tooth. As you can see, it's rough and it holds well the pastel, the soft pastel. Here's another sketch in Bucharest, in downtown. Also, I used watercolor, and for the highlights I used a bit of white gouache. Another watercolor sketch, an urban sketch in Bucharest. Also, at the end, I added these highlights in with white gouache. Another sketch nearby Bucharest. Here I tried to depict water. Another sketch in the park nearby my home. Here at the end I also, to depict the water here, I used white gouache. Another water sketch. This is from Botanical Garden of Bucharest. At that period I liked to sketch waterscapes, as you can see, so I tried to depict here the reflections of these trees in water. Then at the end I added a little bit of white gouache for the highlights of the water. Here is another water depiction. It's Dębowica River near where I live. Here I tried to sketch two swans on the water. Also I used white gouache. For this cable I used fine liner. Here's another quick sketch of a sunset at the same river, Dębowica River. Here also I tried to depict the reflection of the yellow sky in this river. Here is a dramatic contrast between these dark clouds and bright sky and sun. Also another sketch in Bucharest Natural Reserve in Bucharest. Here is also I used white gouache for these white flowers, and these blue flowers also I mixed some watercolor with white gouache. This is a church in downtown in Bucharest. After some pale washes of watercolor, I used soft pastel. As I mentioned earlier, the tooth of the paper retains very well the pastel, the bright pastel. Only at the end I fixed this with a fixative, because as you can see on the other side of other paper it still rubs the colors, because it retains when you close the book. So if you use pastel, you need to fix it. There is a special fixative, or if you use hair spray, yet it's not very recommended, because it dulls the colors. Here it was another challenge. I used only watercolor pencils, so I forgot my watercolor set that day, and with a water brush and watercolor pencils I tried to move the color from the pencil to paper. This paper is excellent for wet on wet technique. Then for the trunks of the trees I used a blade to scrape the color, and for other details like branches and grass I used the color pencil as a pencil. Here's another quick sketch. Here you can see wet on wet technique, how well the colors spread on this paper. This is a misty mountain view, and ended this in October 2021, so it took me almost 1 year and a half to complete this sketchbook. Regarding the price, I think it is almost the price of arches if you take per sheet of paper. Generally I'm content with this paper. Also it is bound in this sketchbook, and you can hold them together, compared to other papers that are in these pads, and you need to remove individual papers to sketch on them. Thank you for watching. Bye.